Some days my job as a designer feels less like design and more like running a daycare. And I don't mean that as an insult to people running daycares. I mean that our jobs have an overlap because a huge part of design work isn't pixels, it's facilitating people. Welcome to Design Unhinged. I'm Pat. And if you've ever left a meeting feeling more exhausted than after a full day of actual production work, you already know what I'm talking about. Design doesn't just happen on screens. It happens in rooms, and rooms are complicated. Most people imagine designers spending their days in calm, rational conversations, ideas flowing logically, decisions made on merit, drawing amazing UIs. That's not how it works. Real design happens in rooms full of people who are stressed, overloaded, protective of their domain, and operating under pressure. Everyone sees the problem from their slice of reality. Very few can naturally zoom out while they're inside it. That's not because people are immature. It's because thinking in groups is very hard. Groups amplify emotion. They reward confidence over clarity. They default to the loudest voice in the room. If nobody manages that dynamic, the outcome is not collaboration, it is drift. The loudest idea wins, the safest idea survives, the risky but necessary idea dies quietly. That's not a design problem, that's a facilitation problem. Daycare teachers are amazing. I wish I had their patience. The reality of their work is that they do not control the children that they teach. They create structure for them. They set boundaries. They manage turn-taking. They redirect energy. They notice when someone is overwhelmed. They intervene before chaos becomes conflict. Workshop facilitation works the same. You're managing attention, balancing participation, translating vague frustration into something actionable, preventing dominance from masquerading as clarity. And honestly, you're not babysitting adults. You are designing the conditions under which thinking can happen. And that's not soft work. It's important structural work. Here's the part that some designers underestimate. When facilitation fails, projects fail. Not immediately, but slowly. Risk goes unspoken. Assumptions go unchallenged. Scope creeps quietly. Important voices disengage. Decisions get made without shared understanding. The result is predictable. Rework, misalignment, late-stage panic, and blame cycles. I cannot understate this enough. Poor facilitation is really fucking expensive. Good facilitation accelerates clarity. It reduces political friction. It makes decisions durable. It protects the product quality before it ever reaches a screen. So this one time I facilitated a workshop with a group of infrastructure workers, plumbers, who were openly skeptical about being in a design workshop. They were frustrated. They saw it as a waste of time. So my colleague and I leaned into it. We intentionally chose hard stickers for the voting phase of the workshop, and then we joked about the stickers with them. We gave them visible autonomy. We showed them concretely how their input would shape their daily work. The shift was immediate. It wasn't the stickers, it was the respect, it was structure, it was making the room functional for them. Meetings and workshops are not interruptions to the work. They're a crucial part of cooperation. If you treat them casually, you surrender the control to chaotic outcomes. Design them deliberately, and you raise the quality of every decision that follows. So, what if some days in design feel like daycare work? It's important work that needs to be done. Not because people are childish, but because collaborative thinking requires structure, patience, and boundaries. If you ignore group dynamics, your design will reflect them. If you shape group dynamics, your design improves because of it. Professional designers do not just design solutions. They keep the room functional long enough for people to reach consensus and for the best ideas to survive. Design at its best is not about showing how smart you are. It's about making sure the smartest idea survives the room. If this video felt eerily familiar, why don't you subscribe? And tell me what part of design work nobody warned you about. Because here on Design Unhinged, we don't just design interfaces, we design conditions for better decisions.